Hi, welcome back to the living room here in Denver, Colorado. Today is going to be a little bit of a mishmash depending on how well I can edit and make it seamless. If I can't, apologize ahead of time, but I have some things going on and I didn't want to pull them all off the shelf where they are and then, talk about them at the table. I want to kind of show you where they live, kind of their environment, as we see some exciting things coming. I'm not going to say coming soon because as we all know, once orchids start doing things, it takes them forever. But let's go see what I'm talking about. So let's start with Peachy here. She sits in front of my east-facing window, hanging from this food basket that I have turned into an orchid basket. So now it's an orchid basket. But this year, let me just turn her around a little bit. This year, I put her in this basket mid-season. And she's grown this leaf nope, it was this one right here. She was growing this one when I put her in, so she finished 2 leaves for me. Lots and lots of aerial roots, beautiful roots coming out of the pot. But most importantly, look what we have coming. We've got us a spike. And I had to clip her right there to keep her from turning too much, because initially this spike was growing towards the window, and of course then I wouldn't be able to enjoy it in the living room. So I've since turned her around, and that spike is now, as you can see, heading in the right direction. All right, let's see what's next. Here we have Rescue 1 and 2. I have no idea what her blooms look like. There were 3 orchids in a pot looking so sad, and I felt so bad. I bought them. For the first year with me, I got them in, I don't have a tag, I believe it was 2019, early 2020. But for the first year, May of 2020. Reason I remember that, because May of 2021 is when they each, all 3 of them, which they were all in separate pots, decided to grow 1 leaf. That was it. Then in 2022, these 2 did work on some roots and 1 leaf. So they were potted in here this year in 2022. And I will link the video in the description when I put them in here together so you can see what they look like before. But they are hanging in front of this east-facing window, and there is a grow light back there, but they don't really benefit from it because it is shining down onto the oncidiums down here. Each of them are now growing these beautiful leaves. And if they grow wanky, I don't even care as long as she's growing, because what do we know about new leaves? New leaves usually indicate new roots in the pot for Phalaenopsis. Let's go to the next one. And then there's the Sanchis Wine Delight that sits in front of the east-facing window as well. A lot of my orchids sit in front of the east-facing window because that's what I have. This season, she has stomped up that beautiful, beautiful, look at that bulb. Look at that stonker. And to my surprise, because I really was not expecting her to bloom, but look what we've got coming. I counted, there's about 7 or 8 blooms on there. So she should be opening. Again, orchids take their time, so we'll say in a couple of weeks. But you best believe as soon as they bloom, I'm going to share them with you guys. I am so, so excited. I'm kind of pleased with myself on that one. Let me pat myself on the back. Does anybody else do that? Have an orchid that they're not expecting things of, and then all of a sudden they do things and you take the credit like they didn't do anything? Let me know in the comments below. And here we have on Castelli Wildcat Yellow King. I purchased in December of 2021 in bloom. Has grown 5 new bulbs, is working on that one. And look what I noticed. And believe it or not, as big as that is sticking out, I did not notice that until today. So that is exciting. And it'll probably be December when it blooms again because that just started. And look what we have on the RTH Lois McNeil. Now this I've seen as a BLC as well. Either way it goes, it's a Cattleya. But look how, someone tell me, is that normal or is that going to be a wanky? Because it looks kind of weird to me. And at first I thought there was something on it, but it won't come off, that white spot there. So not sure if it's going to bloom or not, but you know what? Again, the next growth will bloom if that one's trying to. So again, I'll post the video down in the description of where I repotted this into this lovely basket. And eventually I will put hanger on here and she will hang somewhere to grow. And Miss Sogo Vivian here that was recently repotted. Do you guys see it? Let me just zoom in on there. She has decided she is going to try to spike. Now, the reason I'm pretty sure this is a spike, because if I turn it a little bit for you guys to see, let me lift that leaf. But do you see how flat it is? It's not round. Maybe you can't. Let me kind of tilt her in the pot. There we go. But it is more of a flat mitten shape than it is a round, juicy root. So if it does end up being a spike, Trish will cut that spike. I will wait for it to get right with the buds. Before those buds open, snip off, because I want her to concentrate on putting me things in that pot. And of course, our channel mascot, Miss Lark Song, is not going to be outdone. She sits on the top shelf close to the ceiling, not a lot of light. And can we see it? Can I get to it? There it is. Right on cue. She usually blooms for me in the late fall, early winter. And then if she stays true to form, she'll give us another spike early spring, early summer. So she spikes for me twice a year. I love, love, love this bloom. Just gorgeous. I may have to take these guys out from under the light just so you can see, because it's awfully bright under here. But Miss Harlequin, Miss little bitty Harlequin that did nothing for a year, repotted her. She's gone crazy with the roots. I've had her since 2020, and I'm looking at her today, and let's see, maybe we have us a little spike under there. So it's been 2 years since I've seen it. I am going to let it go ahead and bloom out and see what happens, because she has plenty of roots in this pot. I mean, they're coming out of the bottom. She's got some over on the other side. She's just got enough roots to take care of herself. And look at my little stars in a pot. I think it's time to say goodbye. I think it's time to say goodbye. And this one here is, this leaf's grown wanky because it's growing up. I didn't catch it in time. That's okay. And down here, bum, 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 bum. So we have a tag that I cannot take out of the pot because the roots have eaten it up. But this is the Lucky Sun, the DTPS, aka Phalaenopsis Lucky Sun, that when I got her had the double spike, beautiful bloom show, beautiful. I'm using the word beautiful, but I think they're all beautiful. If you don't think your orchids are beautiful, who will, right? Sort of like your kids. If you don't love them, who will? But she has a spiky spike, and I've had her since the 13th of August of 2021. No, yeah, 2021. And she's been in this pot since April of 2022. She's grown these 2 leaves. She has lost a couple of leaves, but she's grown these 2 leaves this season, and now we're going to get us a spike. I'm hoping to see this one in spike again. This one is the Chia E Yinlin or something like that. Really pretty purple flowers with the lace. Very pretty. I love her leaves too, because those silver leaves, beautiful. Although these are not orchids, I wanted to show them to you anyway. For those of you who follow Amy over at Orchid Whisperer will know why I have this big giant tag on here that says do not water. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I'll link the video where she talks about it below. How I found Amy is I was actually going to use the name Orchid Whisperer because my kids have always called me the Plant Whisperer. So I was going to use it, and that's how I found her. And have been following her since. She does some amazing stuff. The way she grows, her sunroom is just to die for. She said don't water during October. So I had to put the big pink sticker on there because I love to love, okay? I love to love. I love love, especially when it comes to my plants. But look what we have coming now. And this is what she said would happen. It helps them push out blooms. Look at all the blooms coming on this one. So I am in the spare bedroom, and as I've said before, my house is built in 1949, so the floors do creak. So when I move, sometimes I don't know where the creaks are. But look at that. Now this is the one that has grown inside in this space, in this spot, the entire season. This one is the one that we had outside, and I mean, you can see the growth difference, and they were pretty much the same size when I put them out. This one here has grown so much more since I brought her in. I think it was early September of this year, 2022. Has grown so much better. So next year, she's staying where she's at, inside. But she doesn't have as many buds coming. Let's see if I can see it without the sun glaring in my face. Like I see this one. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, guys. I swear I found one. I promise I did. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. One. I found one. So this one's not going to be as floriferous, but this one, oh my God, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And a little bit of rearranging was done here to make room for Miss Lady here, because I had her kind of sitting in the middle of the floor and she was in the way when I was opening and closing blinds. So I've just moved the shelf over. Everybody's kind of sitting and doing their thing, and Miss Pearl Cooper is closest to the window. Eventually, I'm going to move all of the Vandas in here, because this is a southwest facing window. It's the brightest window. They'll get the most light. But I'm waiting for them to kind of finish acclimating a little bit in the east facing window before I just give them all this light. So guys, let me know what you have coming that you're looking forward to in the comments below.